Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriel Cristain. I go by Gabe. Um, a little bit about myself. I was born and partially raised in Mexico City. Roughly at the age of 9, my mom and siblings came over to the U.S. and grew up in San Antonio, Texas. I graduated from Judson Senior High School, which is real close to Randolph Air Force Base in Texas. And that was in summer of 2001. After graduating from high school, I decided to go into West Marketing and pursue bilingual sales for the company. After 2 years or so of doing that, primarily because I was waiting for my green card to arrive, I decided to go into join the military. I enlisted in the U.S. Air Force back in late April of 2003 and came in as an HVAC technician. So this is where you actually do a lot of the heating and air conditioning, whether it's commercial or residential. After doing that for roughly a few years, about roughly 5 years, I decided that wasn't for me anymore, and I decided to put a cross training package into space systems operations. Actually, I put in for a few other specialties in the military, such as pharmacy technician. Also, I wanted to do be a flight attendant. It turns out that I didn't make it a good candidate for a flight attendant simply because at the time I didn't like to cook. And one thing that I knew that came out of that interview process was that applicants needed to be well rounded, especially in cooking. So that didn't really work out for me. Anyways, I had enough time in the retraining window that I came in and still had to, I have put in a package and came in for space systems operations. Luckily for me, I got picked up for my number one choice, which was space, and I went to Thule for my first space assignment. If you have not known or seen Thule Air Base Greenland, it is basically one of the most remote, isolated, cold places anyone can be stationed at. It's roughly, I would say, 500 miles south of the Arctic Circle, but you're surrounded by the Greenlandic ice cap and the Arctic Ocean. So it was a very good time. It's still the best assignment to date in my military career. The people there just made it work. Everything was it was difficult to adjust to the 5 months of darkness and 5 months of daylight, but it was quite the experience, and I really enjoyed it. After that, I got assignment here to Peterson for the first time, so I ended up working for the 21st Operation Support Squadron, where I did a lot of instructor certification program for the geographically separated units. I did a little bit of the ground-based sustainment, so ground-based radar sustainment, so pretty much all the hardware and software upgrades for the ground-based radars across the world. And then I did a little bit of weapons and tactics after that. I got lucky enough to do a little bit of the wing plans and programs, and this is where you actually get to do a lot of the admin paperwork for the establishment or the deactivation of squadrons on on bases, and you get to see all the things that are involved in either standing up new squadrons or shutting them down. After that, I got really lucky and I got assigned to the 603rd Air Operations Center out in Ramstein Air Base in Germany. And this is where you actually get to understand how the Air Force does its mission. Something that I found quite interesting and very educational, and I wish I had had that opportunity to attend such assignment in early in my career. However, this is an Air Operations Center is basically the command and control node where we execute air power, right? This is where we do all the planning process and put everything into play to drop bombs on target. And not only that, but doing joint fighting with the rest of the military services. I did that roughly about 3 years, and my job there was to integrate space effects or capabilities into the air, land, and maritime domains, and sometimes even the special operations folks too. Um, you get to see where the space mission comes into play with the other domains, and it was quite the experience. I also got to travel a lot in Ramstein. I mean, around the Germany, and then of course the surrounding countries around Germany. After my assignment there, which was roughly about 3 years, I got assigned to Peterson again for the second time, and then I got assigned to to Building One, which is used to be called Headquarters Air Force Base Command, and that's where I got to do a lot of the mission type orders. So all the planning, fragmentary, and operation orders for the organist, train, and equip functions for the Commander of Air Force Forces staff. Um, I was the guy that was putting all the orders together for the general to sign, and once that those orders were signed, they were distributed to the unit for the execution of such orders. I did that roughly for 3 years, um, and that usually right about the time that we were getting ready to transition and for the stand up of the U.S. Space Force back in December of 19. So uh, I then put in to become a staff instructor, military staff instructor for the 319 Combat Training Squadron, and this is the squadron which used to be known as the Advanced Space Operations School, where they actually teach space operations to brand new airmen and guardians alike. Not only active duty but reservists as well, and the guard, National Guard folks as well. We put in a lot of training hours into brand new sessions, and of course, we also offer advanced courses, advanced space training courses for those seasoned space operators. I got to manage courses. I got to do cradle to grave course administrative functions, and I get to meet a lot of cool people in my career. I'm now at a place where I am getting ready to transition after 20 years of military service and retire from the military. So at first, I really wanted to come back and be a defense contractor and kind of work for another space company. But after going through a few speed bumps here and there, I am now leaning towards more to become an entrepreneur. Basically, I want to do small business ownership. I want to be able to perhaps in the future sell this home that I am currently at, take the proceeds and possibly buy a nice small little condo, 1 or 2 bedroom condo in Galveston, Texas, and furnish it with this furniture here from this home and actually have it for Airbnb purposes over there in Galveston, Texas, especially during the very touristic times. I also like to pursue small business ownership, like owning a franchise. So I've been working with a business coach on how that's going to work out. And aligning my personality and character to a business model that will speak success for me in the future. Um, I have a few more ideas on how I would like to continue the next chapter of my life after military retirement, and I believe I would like to kind of um, become a personal certified trainer and pursue the fitness industry and help people become physically fit or reach their personal fitness goals, just like I'm also trying to achieve my personal fitness goals. So um, moving back to Texas after 20 years of military service, and I think it's a decision that has been long coming. but I feel like it is the best way going forward for me. So, anyways, that was a quick snapshot of me and Gabriel Cristain.